يا عباد الله هبوا ونداء الحق لبوا فاعبدوه مخلصين.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear viewers, and welcome to another program on Stories of Devotion coming to you from MTA International Gambia Studios. As we usually do, we invite one person who is a devotee, life devotee of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat, and ask him his life story. And here we are with Ustaz Muhammad Mbye. Ustaz, Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the program.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you very much.
Ustaz, almost as tradition demands, we do go through the life of the person from childhood, starting from where they were born and raised up, and how their childhood has been up to the present age where they are serving and the like. So you tell us where you were born and where you were brought up.
My name is Muhammad Mbye. I am born from a village called Misra in CRR around Bansang area. And my parents are Senegalese. But I happen to be born here, myself and my younger brother. Since then, I did my primary school in Bansang Primary School up to grade 4. Then we moved to Mbye, where I continued my primary schooling. After that, I went to Mbye Upper Basic School. And then from there, I came to Nusrat High School. From there, I came to Nusrat High School.
Mm-hmm.
And in 2008, if I'm not mistaken, we got scholarship to go to UK and to serve, to study modern languages and theology, to serve as missionaries of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat. And we were there for almost 7 years or 8 years, something like that. Then I served in different areas, like I served in MTA, I head of programming for West Africa.
Yeah, Ustaz, before we go there, you tell us how Ahmadiyyat itself came into your family.
Ahmadiyyat came to my family through my beloved father, Ustaz Hamid Mbye. As I said, my father is a Senegalese. He was also a Wahhabi before becoming an Ahmadi. He was a Tijani. From Tijani, he became a Wahhabi. Then finally, he became an Ahmadi. He received the message of Ahmadiyyat in the Gambia. He came with some of the delegates sent by Saudi Arabia to come and find a land in the Gambia where they can build madrasas, different Islamic schools. And then from there, he had the message Ahmadiyyat from someone. And to make it short, then he joined Ahmadiyyat from the Gambia here. Then he went back to Senegal and started preaching the message of Ahmadiyyat there.
So that was how Ahmadiyyat itself came into your family. It was through your father.
Through my father.
Okay.
Yes.
Jazakumullah. And if you could maybe tell us what motivated your dad to become an Ahmadi, I think that will also help our viewers to understand the reason why someone would be a Tijani, from Tijani, came to another sect from there and then to Ahmadiyyat.
My father, when he was studying under different teachers, he had dreams about joining a divine community. And his dreams were interpreted by all his muallimins or teachers to mean that he would be lucky to be part of the community of the promised Messiah. But then, that is why when he came to Gambia, in Banjul Mosque, that's where they were received. But when they were praying, they fold their hands like this. The Imam of Banjul, Imam Job, he led Imam of Banjul, he considered them as Ahmadis because the way they fold their hands when praying. Then he told them that you people are not actually my guests. He became indifferent with them. They want to offer him explanation. He did not allow them. Then he kicked them out of the mosque from in Banjul. So they said, since our what do you call it, the host kicked us out, what can we do? So my father remembered a friend of his by the name Muhammad Sahana. He was teaching in a school in Banjul called Muhammadan School. He told his friends, they were all mualimin during that time. So they went to that particular school to ask to find out their friend. They met now he's Dr. Muhammad's son. He lives in America. They met him and told him that we had something today which is very strange. He told them, what is it? He said, the Imam kicked us out from the mosque, only calling us, branding us Ahmadis or Qadianis. Do you know anything about Qadiani Ahmadi? The more he starts smiling with them, he said, yes, I know them. I'm even a member. He said, there is a man there in Banjul, Lancaster Street. His name is, I forget the name of this, one of the pioneer Pakistani missionary, Maulana Muhammad Sharif. He said, there is a man there. He is a very educated man, a big scholar. He's one who came with this message of Ahmadiyya. So if you want, we can go and visit him. So when they went there, they were all ustazes and educated Wahhabi scholars. And the man, they spoke with him, and my father was, they all were convinced, and they took the bayat. Then my father told the others, let them go back, because there is a school there in Senegal. Wahhabi built a school for them in Senegal, college, and my father was the principal. So my father told them, let them go back, for he will stay in Banjul to learn something from this man. There he was given a few books to read, Amamatul Bushra, and other books of the Promised Messiah that are written in Arabic, and he got a chance to read these books. After 1 month, then he went back. But when he went back, he found that those people already left Ahmadiyya because they were challenged there, and they were given the wrong side of the information about Ahmadiyya there. So my father was trying to convince them that no, it is wrong. They said no. So the Saudi also intervened and said, if my father don't leave this Ahmadiyya, then they will kick him, they will remove him as principal, and all his house rent that they were paying, they would stop everything. My father said, you can do it, but I will not leave Ahmadiyya.
So, thank you very much, Ustaz. So let's see what personally motivated you to decide to become a missionary, because there are a lot of professions everyone could do here in the Gambia or everywhere else. Why do you not go into other fields but choose to be a missionary?
Yeah, to be honest with you, my first priority, what I want to become, my career was to become a lawyer. And the reason for that is that I feel that I want to defend the helpless people, those who are who need support, those whose rights have been violated. I always have that in my mind. But then, my mother, this was her biggest concern, that she wanted to see somebody in the family who will be a reflection of my father within her children, someone who will be a direct reflection of my father, that somebody who will also dedicate his life and inherit the knowledge that my father also inherited, and my father had regarding Ahmadiyyat or true teachings of Islam. So based upon that, when I completed grade 12, I was planning to go to Gambia University because I only want to become a lawyer. But then something came up. I came to pray here in the mosque here. I met late Alaji Ibrahim Mbye. He told me, Muhammad Mbye, don't you want to become a missionary? I used to say, I could call him Papa. I said, Papa, I'm sorry, but I want to become a lawyer. He said, I told Usman Mbye, but Usman Mbye said, my son said he wants to become a doctor. I said, for me, I want to become a lawyer. I want to eradicate injustice. So he told me, but you can do that also by becoming a missionary. I said, no, I'm not interested. He said, there is a scholarship available for people to go to Canada or UK. Are you interested? I said, Papa, I am really sorry, but I'm not interested. I left, but he told me, but come here. I was going, he called me, but he said, let us do the normal thing. I said, like what? He said, let us pray over it. If it is good for you, you can. I said, yes, I will do that. Then I went, I informed my guardians, they were non-Ahmadis. They told me that since you believe in prayers as Ahmadi, you pray and see whether Allah will. So I prayed over it. After 2 weeks, I saw President Huzur teaching me Urdu and Arabic. And I was sitting in a hall. I put on this exact Jamia uniform. So he was teaching me, and he called my dad. He said, Usas Mbye, my dad by his name, Usas Hamid Mbye, come and lecture us. So but I saw myself in the spirit and in the image of my father. So I stood. I was about to address people, but I forgot everything, even Surah Al-Fatiha. Everything disappeared from my head. Then I had a voice telling me, recite this, that verse of the Holy Quran, Wasamai wa Tariq, Oma Adraka ma Tariq, and Najm Thaqib, up to the 5th verse. So from there, I started making commentary of that verse. Then from there, I understood that this dream means that I have to become a missionary. Then I wrote a letter. I gave it to Brother Usman Dabo. Though I wrote in a way that I don't have hope, I gave it to him and I left for Armitage as a teacher. I was teaching in Armitage literature, Armitage Junior and Armitage Senior. Until one day I received a call that I should come back to Combo. So they called me, they said, these two boys, that is Maulvi Abdurrahman Cham and Maul Abdullah Diba, we want 3 of you to live together. You come to know each other and you come to learn something from. And they told Ustaz, a former missionary in charge, Sayyid Hassan Shah, Sahib, he was then in Banjul, to take us for Urdu classes, a little bit Arabic. So he was teaching us Urdu. We were then going with Amir Sahib every day in the morning. That time Amir Sahib was working in the ports, GRA. So he was taking us every day. We go there, we learn, and we come back until we secured a visa and we left for UK.
Jazakumullah, Ustaz. Now, let's see when you went for studies. You have started mentioning that when you went for studies, you came back and you were posted in Ghana. Will you tell us, what challenges you have faced? Because anyone who knows your father know that he had gone through a lot of challenges. Almost every village we go for documentaries, you will hear 1 or 2 people talking about him, his impact on those villages. You tell us what challenges you have faced when you came back from your missionary course and then you were serving the Jamaat.
To be honest with you, when it comes to my work as a missionary of the Jamaat, when I came back when I finished my course, I don't face challenges when it comes to because those things I already knew them before even becoming a missionary. Through my dad was the way, because I used to work with my dad even late in the night to go to villages around 3 o'clock, to go to villages to go and preach. So my father used to walk long distance. He cannot even ride a bicycle. So I would go with him, get tired in the forest, sit down under a tree, then we continue. So I have seen that aspect, but particularly to do with me, to say I don't face those type of challenges when I became a missionary. No, I don't face those challenges at all.
So how would you say you balance work and then family and try to do your work perfectly, and then you have a family to bring up? How would you say you balance that?
Yeah, that one is a very good question, because looking at the time I spend, I am somebody who loves reading. I also love preaching. And I also love my family a lot. But then I try to balance my time for them. I have timetable for everything in my house. So I know that this time I should spend this other time with my family. And this other time I should spend it with preaching. And this other time I should spend it on reading or doing research. To do that, sometimes it's tough. And I need another time also for myself to go and do exercise. So all that is based on the timetable. Sometimes I don't do it properly because of I got interrupted. Sometimes you plan stuff, you receive a guest. So the time I'm supposed to go and study, there is a guest that I need to attend to. But I make sure that I balance my time in such a way that I have enough. I will not regret that at least I have read a book up to half. And also, I will not regret that. Yes, I have time with my family. I will always so that I make sure that I have time with my family. I teach them. I have time with them if they have anything that concern. I attend to. So I try to balance it very well in a way that as taught by Islam. I don't incline totally towards only my work, but I don't compromise also with my work. Yeah.
Jazakumullah, Ustaz. Let's see now. It's normal when someone come back from Gambia, they are posted in places and got transferred from there to another. You tell us your journey, where you were first posted and got transferred to somewhere else until at the present time, where are you working at and in what capacity?
When I finished Jamia, I received a letter that you are posted to MTA. It's not specified. MTA where? They said MTA. So we have to go back to Huzur. I remember I told my disciple that which MTA. Then my disciple said we are going to find out from Huzur. Then after he came back, there's MTA Africa, which is in Ghana. So I went to Ghana. I was working there as Huzur even asked me, "Are you technically minded?" I told Huzur, beloved Huzur, that I am not technically minded. I am only interested in books. I like reading, I like preaching and other things. Then he told me, okay. Then I went to Ghana. I was serving as head of programming for West Africa. And that one, it's huge amount of work because it involves a lot of work. I was working as the head of programming for West Africa. That involves huge amount of work. Because what happened, the scripts, all of those countries where MTA is established, or they want to make programs, Sierra Leone, Nigeria, all those countries, their programs, before they record them, they have to send me the script. I will go through it. And anywhere that I see that these portions, they are not in according to the teachings of the Jamaat, I will scratch it and I will make my further research, add it there and send it to them. And also in Ghana there, I will have rehearsal with the men who are coming to record and the women. Whatever thing they are going to say there, I will know it because we will discuss it. And some of the things I will tell them, no, add this. And I will tell this is the way you have to ask this question and this is the best way to answer it. I help them. And that some topics are there about science. So it gives me chance to go and make research. I will make research and then come. Then I discuss with the one who is going to present. If this is a doctor, and this topic is about something to do with human being or whatever, I will study what Islam said about that, and during the rehearsal, I will provide him the information about what Islam said about on that area, and then he will add it to his knowledge, and then he will go and do that. It was a very tough period, tough time for me, but Alhamdulillah, I also was having some people, such as Gafur Sahib, and other people. They were supporting me and helping me how to go about it.
So when you came back to the Gambia, where were you posted and in what capacity?
Then Uzur said, let me come back to Gambia. Then when I came, I was posted to Mbye. There I was serving as area missionary. And that's where I started having, I got some other experience that I never knew before as an area missionary. I came to know many other things in the field that I came to realize that this is actually what is in the field, and which give me a different picture of everything. And Alhamdulillah, I was able to go through it. And then from there, I was also posted to 2019 in Mbye, Mbye. There I served from 2019 to this moment. And there too, I got to see the same experience I have in Mbye. I got to have the same experience when it comes to Mbye. And then from there, now I'm posted as a teacher at Masu Senior Secondary School, which I will start likely before the end of this month, September 2024.
Jazakumullah, Ustaz Saab.
Thank
We can say you have had a rough journey from Ghana to Gambia and then, but inshallah, we would hope also that things get better.
you. Inshallah.
But let's see, what inspiring incidents have you seen personally, or you have heard people? Because we have discussed with many people who tell us that they have seen inspiring incidents here, or they have heard it, and that will also motivate our viewers, because this is about a religion that is living. Therefore, what we talk about and the people whom we talk about in this program, we expect at least for them to see anything inspiring that they can share with us or share with our viewers, if you have any of those.
Yes, I have. There's so many of them, but just one or two. When I was in Jamia, UK, my father, during that time, he was pensioned. Things were not okay with the family. Things were very tough. I remembered I told Huzur that could you allow me to work on Sundays so that I can support my family back home. Things were very tough with them. Huzur said no, but then they asked why. I explained to him. They told me to write a letter. I wrote a letter to Huzur, explained to him about my father's condition and family. But I will tell you something interesting what happened. During that time, before I even write these things to Huzur, I remembered I had a dream that in the night somebody came to me, and a voice. It says very softly, Muhammad, send money to your mother. Then I woke up, opened my eyes. I checked inside the house. I checked even under the bed. I did not see anybody. But the way it came, it's like somebody was inside my room. I went back to bed again. Then a voice came very strong. This one was different from the other one, previous one. It says all the sound came from all the corners, like everywhere was sound. Muhammad, send money to your mother. Then I woke up again. I could not sleep anymore. I did my tahajjud. We went to the classroom. In Jamia, UK, I hardly go for break because I was not used to it when I was in the Gambia, even in school. So during the break, I will dedicate that time to recite the Quran. While I was reciting the Quran, I just said, let me go to the library. Within 1 second, or 2 seconds, I just went to the library, picked a book, and came back. I saw an envelope on the table, written on top, Muhammad, send this money to your mother. I did not touch it. I asked some of my classmates, almost all of them. Then they said they are not the one who put it there. And that money, I opened it, I found money there. I sent it to my mother. When I sent the money, I called my mom. My mom said, you God have conveyed our agony and our suffering to you. I said, true. He said, we were praying that let God tell you our conditions. I said, God has conveyed to me, softly and hardly indeed. But himself provided it for me. Because I don't know still who gave me this money. Then I sent that money to my parents. So there are many other incidents that happened. Like my Urdu was not good. I even went to principal, sir. I said, principal, why can't you remove me from Urdu? And let me just concentrate in Arabic. He take me to Kababir. He started laughing. Then I went to Huzur. I told Huzur the same thing. I said, Huzur, just take me to Kababir. Let me study Arabic. Let me. Huzur said to me, you have doubt that you will know Urdu? I said, yes. He said, I can assure you, you will know Urdu. When I came back to Jamia, there was one student of Jamia, brother Usman, but he told Mbye Sahib, I dreamed that Huzur was teaching you Urdu. And I had a similar dream before when I was in the Gambia here. So from there, I saw that my Urdu started developing. I started learning Urdu. I was the last person to catch up Urdu compared to Diba and Chal. But Alhamdulillah, before we finished Jamia, I was able to read all the books of the Promised Messiah and the Khulafa while I was a student in Jamia.
Jazakumullah, Ustaz Saab. We have few minutes to go. Nonetheless, you tell us, what advice would you have for perhaps our young missionaries or our young ones who aspire to be missionaries?
My advice to myself and to all the missionaries and Jamaat workers is that let them do their work with fear of God. We are not working for anybody. We are working for Allah. We are working with people, but we are working for Allah. Therefore, whatever we are doing, we should do it to please Allah. There are some people who say that let's just do it to please Huzur. The point is that if you please God, you will please Huzur. And if you are to please Huzur, please Him on what is right. Huzur loves truth. Huzur loves facts. And therefore, as a missionary, wherever you are, you should try to make sure that whatever thing you are going to report, let it be accurate and you do it with fear of God. Do not allow the challenges, the push, no matter how much the people push you, to act otherwise. Always stand with righteousness, because this Jamaat is planted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's a seed planted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is founded on righteousness. And therefore, we will win only when we tread on the path of righteousness. And therefore, we should be an example to the entire mankind. You should speak the truth and without any fear, but with humility and calmness. But then, we should never deviate from the truth. And that is my advice to all missionaries or to all Jamaat workers. Let us adopt righteousness.
Jazakumullah, Ustaz Muhammad Mbye. I'm afraid this is all time allowed us.
Thank you very much.
Viewers, this is all we have time for on this program today. Until we come back here with another guest on another program, we say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.